Among the countless dreams, once Junior, such a small fragment where both will. I used all the power I had.
So it looks like we did manage to save Junior.
Huh?
Both are fine.
All right. You two must have a lot of got it. To be honest. Oh, and go and get some.
Traveler?
Maybe you were asleep.
I see. Huh.
We've spent quite some time in Sumeru City, but ever since we last said goodbye to Lesser Lord Kusanali, we haven't heard anything from her. Oh, we can't just keep waiting around like this. Let's go find Catherine and pick up some work so we can at least keep ourselves busy.
Ad Astra Avis.
Hi, Catherine. Do you have...
Commissions. Oh, how about this?
Wait.
And if possible, please also...
Huh? What kind of commission is that?
I see. It appears... In that case, please go to Port Ormos and convince the Eremites there to spend some time
Hey, that's not any better.
Mm-hmm.
Paimon...
Oh, the commissioner? Well, actually, I just...
Was it so obvious? I was hoping you would actually take one of those commissions.
So it's Nahida. So it's been you that... Are you done resting up?
Yes. I've been sleeping ever since we parted ways, and I even had a really, really long dream. It was another dream about the Sub-Zero. In my dream, I was sitting in the middle of a flower terrace. I also got to sit on a gigantic...
You know, Nahida, maybe your dream is how the Sub-Zero's festival really should be. It's meant to be a joyous time where everyone gets together to celebrate...
Huh?
No, by the way.
Yes, I paid. Her condition is, but for the moment...
Right.
So our first...
Oh!
Let's continue our...
Okay, so do you think...
Actually, I've already done a little bit of work. We're in the dark as of now. After all, No way.
You mean it...
No, it's doing that would be...
That's a good point.
I've already tried that. It seems that from the very beginning, they've been guarding against info leaks from the Akasha.
Have you already caught the sages?
I'm guessing not yet. In any case,
Nahida, you're super...
According to a popular theory from the Vahumana Darshan of the Academia...
Okay, but aren't you the god of wisdom?
Well, I've been thinking that if I can't directly possess the lead, then I should find someone who's already involved.
You're saying we should recruit a spy? Oh, before coming back, we met someone named Alhaitham. He seems like he acts alone, and he likes doing stuff behind the Academia's back.
Actually, I already have someone in mind. Do you still remember that female scholar named Setaria?
Setaria. Paimon remembers we ran into her basically every time the Sub-Zero's festival repeated it. Paimon still remembers the smug and mean way she always spoke to Nilu.
She was born in the desert and was hailed as their greatest genius. Her academic gifts allowed her special admission.
Oh, Paimon didn't know she was from the desert. She must be pretty special then. Paimon feels like most of the desert dwellers around the city are working as mercenaries.
The name Setaria means star. Later on, she was chosen by... Soon after, the star began to waver. But in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eyes.
From the sound of it, Sataria's just hung, but she doesn't really
Indeed. She's suppressing a lot of guilt. But before she realized it, she had already become right. That way, not only from my past stop tomorrow afternoon just happens to be a shop to prepare. Let's... This should be Sataria's favorite fortune. No, I already have enough information on Sataria.
talking style?
My poor lost lambs. Have you become troubled over the divine voice of wisdom?
Huh? Really? Nahida, you've been...
Shh! My friend here has some doubts regarding his future.
Uh-huh. It would seem that Haru...
Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the lord of Geo's financial savviness, and brawling with the god of...
Oh, nothing. Go on, pick an aspect for her to divine.
Love Oh, the god one who is fated to cross your path will appear on... Harut, Marut.
Actually, Paimon thinks this is...
I admit that the orientation of today's...
Is that so?
If you were to bring...
Is this another one of
Yep. It belongs to a king. His father helped Sataria a lot when she first moved to Samari City, so she still comes when I start talking with him.
Ah, dear customers. Would you like to look at some...
We caught wind of your great craftsman.
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't you...
Speaking of...
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason. After that, I began making pottery by myself in secret. And I...
That's nice.
Oh, no, not anymore. A few years back, he fell from a roof and broke his leg.
I see. I'll have someone in charge.
No problem. That was my first time talking with Miss Catherine. I'm sure I...
This should be our final stop. Sataria's always thinking of...
Nahida, you've...
It's my duty to protect Samari City.
Hi there. I feel like I've seen you down by the docks before. Huh? If I recall, you were having a
That's right. After all, I grew up in Liyue Harbor and spent my entire childhood staring at the ships going in and out of the port. I came to Sumeru, but I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars. And I'm continuing to study and perform research from the restaurant's basement. I'm sure...
What an admirable...
Sure.
So this restaurant has a basement as well?
That's right. It's not usually open to patrons. Most of the time...
I see. Has that...
Thank...
So, was that it?
Mm-hmm. 3 familiar faces.
What's the point of all the information we've...
Sataria's already used to avoiding her problems. So I remember you mentioned that the Eremites in Port Ormuz are all making a fuss about the upcoming resurrection of Although it's all just a boatload of nonsense, the faith of her homeland may turn out to be Sataria's soft spot.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. Although she knows she should return home to help the people of the desert, all she's done is conspire with the sages.
Well, King Deshret is long gone. And Sitara is also too. If we simply engaged her, but if we were to borrow some of.
So, you mean...
Yep. Possess as long as everything goes smooth.
Ah, so that's her...
Exactly. So.
Huh? Best of luck?
That's no problem at all. I'll just share all their senses with you.
Huh.
Although I've been observing humans for a while,
You're not wrong. It's always been painful, yeah?
if it was at all possible, I would have preferred to.
Yeah, don't beat yourself up over it.
All right, then.
Yeah.